Hi friends, welcome to my channel Series Scribe. In today's video, I will be showcasing you on how I prepare for an upcoming event. It is a green festival event in Singapore, and this part of the process is always both chaotic and exciting. Here I am sorting through all of my handmade scrunchies, each one crafted from fashion waste. I source these fabrics from fabric cut-offs, old clothes or discarded materials I have collected over time. I usually get these discarded fabrics from my social media pages. So once I receive these donated fabrics, I usually collect them, segregate them according to the materials, and further wash them thoroughly for hygiene purpose. I find it so fulfilling to transform what would otherwise be wasted into something beautiful and meaningful. It is not just about reusing materials, but it is about redefining what fashion can be. Right now, I am organizing the scrunchies by size. So the size varies from small, medium, large, and extra large scrunchies. And my signature oversized scrunchies tend to get a lot of attention at all the events. As I sort through, I want to show you the scrunchie stand that I am using right now. It is actually a DIY stand that I made it by myself. The base is made from old CDs and the center support is a used tissue paper roll. I wrapped and reinforced it with a fabric piece so it holds up well, and it's such a great example of how we can repurpose everyday materials. It is not only simple but it is sustainable and effective. Alongside the scrunchies, I am also sorting the rest of my fashion accessories. All of them are upcycled, of course. So my products range from button earrings, hair accessories, kitchen coasters, bookmarks, fabric pouches, and even some experimental sustainable art pieces I have been working on. Events like these are a great way to test out new designs and see what people are drawn to. Each item has a story, whether it is made from an old outfit, an unused sari, or a piece of denim that's been reimagined. So every piece on this table you see represents hours of creativity, problem solving, and a commitment to sustainable fashion. Being a woman entrepreneur in this space is incredibly rewarding, but it comes with its own set of challenges. When I first started, I had to teach myself everything: how to sew, how to price my products, how to build a brand, and basically all the business skills I require to establish a brand. Basically, there is no handbook when you are creating something from scratch, especially when you are working in an unconventional niche like fashion waste upcycling. Over time, I have learned to juggle many roles, wearing multiple hats from being a designer, a maker, marketer, accountant, social media manager, and so on. One of the biggest things I had to develop is my business mindset because coming from an IT background, I did not have much business skills. Creativity for sure will get you started, but business skills are very important in order to establish a proper brand. Understanding things like pricing, profit margins, and customer psychology becomes very crucial. Initially, I struggled to figure out how to sell not just products but also the story behind my eco conscious brand. Sales and marketing are another huge part of what I do. In the beginning, I had no idea how to promote my brand. I just posted a few photos on my Instagram page and hoped for the best. But soon I realized that building a brand means being consistent, showing up regularly, and learning how to engage with your audience. Now I try to plan my content ahead, run campaigns for launches and events, and think deeply about how each post reflects my brand values. All the social media platforms has been a powerful space for visual storytelling, and I am in the process of improving my website to make it easier for people to explore my collections and shop online. Communication is something I had to refine a lot, whether it is writing product descriptions, replying to customer messages professionally, or pitching my work to markets or organizers. How I express myself matters a lot. I always try to be clear, friendly, and confident in showcasing my brand. Especially in the events, I have learned how important it is to be able to talk to our customers, especially about the process, the story behind my brand, and this communication should not be sounding too rehearsed or overly sales oriented. The best conversations happen when people feel your passion genuinely and understand your purpose. Managing finances is another big part. I used to avoid it initially because numbers always intimidated me, But as the business is growing, I had to take it seriously. Now I track every sales and expenses, calculate my costs carefully, and always keep an eye on what's working financially. Budgeting for raw materials, booth fees, or packaging and transport, there is a lot of things to consider. It's not always perfect, but I am learning to get smarter with each event. Maybe I have to start building simple financial models to plan ahead and to have a structure and peace of mind. Speaking of events, handling pop up booths professionally has been a big learning curve. From setup to tear down, it's physically demanding and everything has to be super organized. I make checklists for packing, plan how the table will be laid out, and think about how to create an inviting space for people to stop and explore. I have also learned to be flexible. Sometimes the weather changes, sometimes you get a spot with less foot traffic, and you should be ready to adapt to it. Every event teaches me something new, and I learn a lot from all such events. Behind all this is a quiet but constant work of building a brand from scratch. For me, my brand stands for creativity, sustainability, and slow fashion, and everything I create, share, or say, it ties back to those foundation pillars. Sometimes it is little overwhelming. There are days when nothing seems to be working or when it feels like I'm doing everything alone. And I always wanted to create something meaningful, something that challenges fast fashion and encourages people to think differently. Every time someone buys a scrunchie or any small product from me, I feel so inspired and feel like doing more towards upcycling fashion waste. And it reminds me that the effort is all worth it. So here I am packing for the next event with my products lined up, my DIY stands are ready, and my checklist nearly completed. It is a lot of background work, but there is a real joy in this process. I hope this video gave you some insights into what goes on behind the scenes and maybe even inspired you to take a step towards your own creative or sustainable venture. Whether you are thinking to start your own brand or just want to live more consciously, know that every small action counts and that there is a space for everyone to make a difference in their own unique way. I hope to see you all in my next video. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.